In the year 2045, we debut in a location dubbed the Stacks in Columbus, Ohio. Wade Watts lives with his Aunt Alice, her boyfriend Rick, and a number of other relatives in a low-income neighborhood that is crammed with unstably packed trailers and cars. Wade finds himself, like millions of others, escaping into the OASIS, ontologically anthropocentric sensory immersive simulation, a virtual reality world where people can enter as avatars to play video games, entertain themselves, and seek pleasures they can't find as easily in the real world, because the real world is in such a deplorable state and no one really cares to do anything about it. The Oasis, a virtual reality world created by James Halliday and Ogden Morrow of Gregarious Games, is a place where anyone can be anyone and do anything. But in the Oasis, just like in a video game, if you collect things and your avatar perishes, you lose everything. Wade's avatar in this realm is called Parzival, and while he has never seen any of them in person, he routinely communicates with the enormous, muscular mechanic called H, as well as the samurai Dato and warrior Sho. Wade enjoys trying to solve a puzzle that James Halliday made before he passed away. After his passing, a video explaining how he had hid an Easter egg in the Oasis was distributed. Halliday's avatar, Anorak the All-Knowing, would proceed over 3 tasks that each required a different key in order to succeed. Whoever manages to obtain all 3 keys as well as the egg would be the sole owner of the Oasis, as well as inherit Halliday's personal fortune of $500 billion. Wade typically searches on his own, in contrast to the many egg hunters, also known as gunters, who have partnered up to search. Their principal rival is IOI, which also poses a threat to Gregarious Games' innovative online industries. Nolan Sorrento, the company's CEO, wants to locate the egg to enhance the amount of power and money IOI can generate from the virtual world, even though they mostly make their money off of goods and other equipment to allow one into the Oasis. Many people anxiously looked for the keys, but after 5 years, nothing but the first challenge or racing game through an imitation of New York City had been found. Wade and H make an attempt to rush through the situation once more, but as usual, nobody can get past King Kong when the task is almost over. Wade is also mesmerized by a female racer on a Kira bike as they are competing. He quickly learns that this is renowned gamer and Sixer fixer Artemis. Wade persuades H to aid Artemis in fixing her bike after the competition. Wade and Artemis talk about Halliday and his challenge in H's garage. Wade says he would spend the money on goods, but Artemis says he is terrified of zeroing out and losing everything. Wade considers Artemis' advice after visiting the Halliday Journals, a location in the Oasis that serves as a sort of memorial to Halliday. Wade sees a recollection in which Halliday and Morrow converse about the future of their creation with the aid of a mechanical curator. Halliday declares that he despises regulations and wants they will simply go backwards. When Wade returns to the initial challenge, he accelerates his DeLorean time machine car backwards and discovers a hidden path that takes him past Kong and through the obstacle to Central Park. Then he runs across Anorak, who gives him the copper key, 100,000 coins, and a hint as a prize. After spending his money on a shopping spree, Wade informs Artemis, H, Dato, and Sho about the challenge's secret. Wade thinks about the hints about a creator who hates his own creation and a leap not taken in his free time, but he comes up empty. Several board members at IOI express to Sorrento their concern as a result of Parzival's inclusion on the board. The businessman, however, is largely certain that there is nothing to worry about in their effort to obtain additional cash from the Oasis. Nevertheless, Sorrento enters the Oasis and runs across Iraq, a bounty hunter. Sorrento then employs Iraq to kill Parzival after obtaining a potent item called the Orb of Osuvox from him. When Wade returns to the Halliday Journals, he is surrounded by a large group of fans until Artemis appears and assists in disguising him. They watch a tape of a meeting between Halliday and Morrow prior to the Oasis being online after entering the journals. Halliday recalls taking Karen Underwood out on a date. However, despite her desire to go dancing, he brought her to the movies. Wade observes that despite the fact that she appeared to be significant in both of their lives and that Kira eventually married Morrow, he has only come across this one instance of her name in the journals. The curator questions this, but concludes that the analysis is accurate. Wade receives a quarter as payment and an invitation from Artemis to visit the distracted globe. a unique club created by Halliday. Wade is eager to spend time with Artemis, but H warns him that she could be exploiting him or that Artemis might just be a dude. Artemis leads Wade into a zero-G dancing floor at the distracted globe because she believes that holding the copper key and jumping into the void are necessary for the leap not taken. Although this doesn't work, Wade starts to reveal his affections to Artemis when they are in zero-G, eventually telling her his real identity, which IR Xerox manages to overhear. Before the bounty hunter can attack, IOI interrupts the celebration and makes an effort to kill Wade. It nearly costs him and Artemis their lives in order to escape. Artemis admits that her father passed away while attempting to pay off debt at an IOI loyalty center and that she can't afford to be sidetracked from her search for the egg and maybe save more people from suffering harm. More study is done by IR Xerox, who then provides Sorrento Wade with all of the details. Wade's avatar is piped into Sorrento's office in accordance with the IOI Board of Directors. Wade is given many incentives by Sorrento, including a $25 million payment if he assists the business in locating the egg. Wade rejects the offers despite the fact that Sorrento has admitted that he knows where Wade lives and is planning to destroy it. Wade hurries out of his covert location to warn his aunt and her lover, but it's too late. The stack on top of which their house is built explodes and collapses. Wade then tries to call his pals, but a man with a face tattoo knocks him out. Wade awakens to discover Samantha Cook, aka Artemis, standing in front of him. She and several others have a base of operations close to IOI and the stacks. She expresses concern over a sizable birthmark on her face, but Wade assures her that he doesn't give a damn. As they converse in private, Samantha has a startling thought that she could understand the first challenge's clue. The group gathers their buddies, goes back to the journals, and asks which movies Halliday might have taken Kira to on their date. Wade singles out The Shining as one that stands out. Author Stephen King, who created it, detested what he had done. Thanks to the curator, the group enters the Overlook Hotel from the movie. H braves a variety of terrible situations, but when they hear music coming from one of the chambers, they start to doubt their initial hypothesis that a specific key in the movie may be what they are seeking for. Here, above a large pit, they come see Kira dancing with a lot of zombies. Then Artemis understands that Halliday was referring to not making the move to be with Kira when he said the leap not taken. She eventually makes it past the zombies and invites Kira to dance. An Iraq is soon revealed, and he presents her with the subsequent clue and the jade key. Soon after the rest of the group receives their own jade key, a horde of Sixers follow them inside before being attacked by the horrors of The Shining. Wade's continued existence is also made known to Sorrento by this most recent discovery, sending out F. Alexander, one of his associates, to look for the group. She eventually tracks down one of Samantha's friends and leads him to her covert location. Wade tries to persuade Samantha to flee with him, but she gives herself up so he may escape and calls on their friends to assist him. Samantha is then confronted by F. Nolly, who says that IOI now has custody of her outstanding debts, earning her a trip to the location Samantha fears the most, Eileen's loyalty centers. Wade has been located and picked up by his buddies in the meanwhile. He is helped to flee in a modified postal truck by H, actual name Helen, where he encounters Dato, true name Toshiro, and Sho name Jodo. The third challenge was solved during this time, and IOI discovered it leads to Castle Anorak on Planet Doom in the Oasis. The last challenge is disclosed in this place: an Atari 2600 loaded with every game ever created for the machine, but only one will open the final lock. The Orb of Osuvox is then triggered by Sorrento, protecting the castle from intruders, while many personnel of the Loyalty Center, including Samantha, detonate explosive devices in front of the building. Wade tells H what he remembers of Sorrento's office in order to save Samantha, and together they make a digital replica of the space in order to take over his internet stream before he can leave it. The group is able to free Samantha after Sorrento provides them with details on her workstation. She remains within the building, trying to figure out how to reverse the orb while knowing what IOI has done to the castle. Then, Wade and his companions sent out a message across the Oasis informing people of what Sorrento had done and appealing to them to come to Planet Doom and aid them. As Samantha is able to weaken the orb's defenses, a large number of people engage in combat with IOI forces. She She eventually meets Wade outside, but not before Sorrento attacks them with his Mechagodzilla armored suit. The enormous beast is invulnerable to H's Iron Giant persona and Dato's control of a Gundam suit for 60 seconds. However, Samantha defeats Sorrento using a bomb or mad ball thrown at his head. When Samantha isn't found, Sorrento goes on a maniacal rampage around his institution. Wade kills her character in the OASIS to save her, and once she escapes outside, she meets the others. Wade and Sho succeed in advancing to the last task once they are back in the game. One Sixer plays the game adventure, wins, but then slips through some ice as they watch. When Sorrento and IR Xerox arrive, Wade claims to know how to retrieve the last key. Wade is given one final offer by Sorrento before he threatens to use the Cataclysm, a weapon that will destroy every avatar on Planet Doom. Wade tries to stop the crazy man, but he activates the contraption. Wade learns afterwards that he is still alive. The scent the curator handed him was apparently an extra life token. Then Wade starts playing adventure, and the OASIS starts broadcasting what he's doing. Finding the game's hidden Easter egg, which some people believe to be one of the first in video game history, is the objective of the last task, according to Wade. An Iraq is now revealed, along with the last crystal key. At this moment, H and her truck have been discovered by IOI and its forces. Anyone nearby is urged to meet them at the stacks by Wade. He uses his keys to open a big door in the OASIS and is then given paperwork to sign, but he's hesitant. Wade argues that this is comparable to the time that Halliday required Morrow to hand over his company stock. An Iraq changes into Halliday when Wade refuses to sign, and the chamber changes into Halliday's childhood bedroom. There is a unique button in the chamber that, if hit, will completely erase the OASIS. In addition to giving Wade the Easter egg, Halliday reminds him that while occasionally the virtual world might be beneficial, the actual world and engaging with real people are as significant. Before the group reaches the stacks, Sorrento throws them off balance. When he notices the Easter eggs glitter in Wade's VR goggles, he nearly murders them. At this point, the police show up and take Sorrento and F. Nolly into custody. Soon later, Ogden Morrow and several legal representatives from Gregarious Games appear and want Wade to sign. He asserts that he wishes to divide the award with his pals, nevertheless. In addition, Ogden admits that he was the curator and praises Wade's sleuthing efforts. Following the competition, Ogden joins them to help manage the OASIS, his fee, 25 cents. Additionally, they forbid any loyalty centers from operating in the OASIS, forcing IOI to close every single one of them. The group also turns off the OASIS on Tuesdays and Thursdays in order to follow Halliday's instruction to get out into the real world. Subscribe my channel, leave your likes, and turn on notifications to see more videos like this. Thank you for watching.